Today I'm going to be showing you how to go from this to this. So if you're someone like me who's not a crazy gym nut or rock climber, then keep on watching because this video is for you. Never in my entire life was I ever able to do a pull-up. It was always on my New Year's resolution fitness goals, but it always landed on the back burner and never actually happened. Created a plan and I worked on it, and after 2.5 months, I finally was able to do one pull-up. What is up everyone? It's Everyday Jan. My goal on this channel is to help you make every day yours through health and wealth. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button for more videos. Now I see a lot of people educating people how to do pull-ups by simply doing assisted pull-ups or pull-up negatives. And for starters, I did try doing that, but in my experience, it definitely wasn't enough. It could work if you already have upper body strength, but I didn't have any upper body strength to start with. So even though I was doing a bunch of assisted pull-ups, I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. In order to actually do a pull-up, we have to start by strengthening the muscles that we use to pull our bodies up. Now, there are different types of pull-up. There's wide grip, there's narrow grip, there's chin-ups. But today I'm going to show you what's the easiest one for beginners, which is the neutral grip. With the neutral grip pull-up, put your hands with the palms facing together and the two pull-up handles are parallel to each other. The muscles that you're going to need to strengthen are your back muscles, which include the lats and the rhomboids, and your shoulder and arm flexors, which is the biceps, the brachioradialis, and your rotator cuff muscles, as well as your core muscles. The first thing to strengthen is our back muscles, which is our latissimus dorsi, and the lats have a little helper called the teres. Starting with the straight arm lat pull down. Retract your shoulder blades and pull the bar towards your upper chest. Keep your chest up and eyes forward. Imagine that you're pinching a pencil in between your shoulder blades. Pull with your lats and not your arms. It's a similar motion as a wide grip pull-up as you're pulling the bar towards your chest. Go slow and take your time. You should feel each muscle contraction. With each of these exercises, aim to do 6 to 10 reps for 5 sets. 6 to 10 reps means that the weight is challenging enough to build muscle. If you're able to do more than 10 reps, then the weight is a little bit too easy and you need to increase the weight to challenge yourself. Next is the row. There are a bunch of different row variations. First, there is the inverted row. To make it easier, you can start with your knees bent, and as you progress, you can extend your knees. Keep your back straight and pull your chest towards the bar. You can use a barbell or a TRX if you have one. Next is the seated row. You can either use a machine or bands. When you're doing the seated row, make sure you have good posture with your back straight. Pull with your elbows back and you should feel those rhomboids squeeze. You can also do a banded row, which is great, especially if you don't have a machine. The idea is the same. Elbows go straight back and you should feel it in your rhomboids. Next is the dumbbell row. There are different variations for the dumbbell row, but for the purposes of doing the pull-up, we want to develop those rhomboid muscles. Your back should be as parallel to the bench as possible and keep that back straight. Pull your elbow past your hips and you should feel a squeeze in your back. Make sure you go low and stay controlled. A lot of people cheat and use their biceps, but this is a back workout, so you want to target that. Your fingers are like a hook for the dumbbells and they should not be doing any work. Another variation of the row is the bent over barbell row. You want to ensure that you have great posture here. So first thing, keep your back straight, knees are slightly bent, and you're going to be hinging at your hips and keep your chest up. Lower the barbell, then pull the barbell towards your belly button and feel those back muscles burn. Next is the bicep curl. Now there are a bunch of different ways to work out your biceps because there's the long head and also the short head, but my favorite exercise are the bicep 21s. It's called 21s because you're doing 3 separate exercises with 7 reps. You can use a barbell or dumbbells. The first exercise, you're going to start with your arms down at 180 degrees and bring it up to 90 degrees and repeat this 7 times. Then the next exercise, without any rest, you're going to bring your arms from 90 degrees to full flexion and repeat that 7 times. And then move on to the third exercise, which is full range of motion, where you're going from 180 degrees to 0 degrees. So all of these exercises should be done without any rest. If you can't do 7 reps, then work your way up towards that. Doing bicep curls will also strengthen your grip strength, which you need to do a pull-up. Another great exercise is the hanging scapular retractions, which focus on stabilizing the scapula and the rotator cuff. So you're going to start by putting your hands up onto the pull-up bar. Pull your shoulder blades down and together and try to hold that for 5 seconds. And repeat that 6 to 10 times or as much as you're able to. Doing these will also help your grip strength, which is needed to do the pull-up. Strengthening the core muscles is also really important to do a pull-up because you don't want to be flopping around like a fish out of water. You'd be surprised the difference that it makes when you have a strong core. Planks are a great one. Hold it for at least 30 to 40 seconds and make it longer as you progress. Make sure that you have good form. Your back should be parallel to the ground and your butt should not be sticking up. Now that we've got the muscles down, let's practice doing an actual pull-up. And you don't have to do these in a stepwise fashion. You can work out all of these together. First, let's start with the assisted pull-ups. You can do this with either a machine or with bands. With a machine, start with the highest assisted weight that you are able to do 10 reps. Then decrease the assisted weight and make it harder. Remember, you should be able to do around 6 to 10 reps for 5 sets. If you're able to do much more than that, then the weight is too easy. Now, if you don't have an assisted pull-up machine, you can buy resistance bands which will provide that assistance for you. I'll link the ones that I use down below. These are also great to use for pull-up negatives, which brings me on to my next exercise. With the pull-up negatives, you're either going to jump up or use a step up, get your chin over the bar, stabilize your body, and slowly lower yourself down. This works on the eccentric control of the muscles. If you find yourself jumping up and immediately just falling back down, then that means that you don't have enough strength in your muscles, so you should use a band to assist yourself to prevent you from falling straight down completely. And lastly, get onto the bar and do your pull-up. Now just a couple tips when it comes to the pull-ups. Because this is an exercise where you're literally pulling your body up, the more that you weigh, the harder it is to actually pull your body up. I've seen a ton of super fit and strong people at the gym who have great, strong legs and butt muscles, but that means that they're going to need even more strength to pull up those strong muscles since muscle weighs more than fat. Another tip is that the narrower the grip handle, the easier it is in my experience. The larger handles are just harder for smaller hands to grip. And lastly, practice makes perfect. Keep at it. It's going to take some time, but eventually you will get there. So I hope that video helped you out. Remember, nothing great happens overnight. Just keep on working on it and have patience. Once you get the neutral grip pull-up down, it'll be a lot easier to do the different variations of the pull-up. Let me know in the comments below if you guys liked this video and if you want to see more videos like it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye for now.